it's me, Chris from RRG again, coming to you from my workshop, which used to be my kitchen, but now it's a workshop. So, as I stated in the last budget builds video, I would like to build decorations out of cans, because in my experience, when you use your decorations at booths, at festivals, or at cons and stuff like this, and you use decorations you really care about, something will break and then you will be angry. You can basically just use them to decorate your room, which I will most likely do with these. So the thing is, I wanted to explain basically how to remove this part. The rest is basic crafting, so I think you should know how to do that, but I will explain it anyway. So, as you can see, there's different kinds of decorations you can build out of this. Oops. Which, in my opinion, look kind of cool. If you put them in your camp or at your booth or at your set like this, they will look cool in the background. Of course, you can always use better fake plants, because in the end, if you use better fake plants, it will look better. These are very cheap because it's a budget builds video. Let me first take a sip. Okay, so now let me go over what we need real quick. We need acrylic paint, we need cans, styrofoam or something to fill up the can, and fake plants. I will put up a list of how much all of this will cost. It should be under 10 euros. I think it should be under 5, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so let's put these aside and start. The most important thing about this is how to remove the top of the can. So you may have seen shitty life hack videos where they do this on asphalt, and it may work, but it's way too much work. Also, these cans are very flimsy because they are made of aluminum. So if you do this, you will most likely fuck up the can. I personally really like these. These are I don't really know. These it's basically tin cans with a drink in it, and they are very hard to destroy because they are made of metal. These are made of aluminum. I don't know if you can hear it. This sounds flimsy. This, on the other hand, is solid as fuck. So it won't fall over and stuff like this. But let's go to the removing this part. You also need scissors. If I forgot something, it's on the list. So you will take your scissors and use it at this border up here and cut away the upper layer. Just take note to put these away. These are aluminum spiky things that can stick in your hand and your foot, and it really feels like shit. So, see, this was a shit idea. Now it's on my floor. Because if you remove the ridge up here, you should be able to pretty easily remove that part. Nah, come here. So you have this. Now the next thing you will want to do is to sand this down. I do it very roughly because I don't really care if I destroy parts of the can. Not destroy, but remove some of the painting on the can, because in the end it should look weathered anyway. You can also bash up the can. With this one I just took scissors or something and did this, so it now looks rough. This will be the next one I do. So we have this one now. Now we'll do this one. So we can go on to, so we can go on to the next part. You could basically just sand this down, but in my opinion that's way more work than just taking scissors to it and then sand the border afterwards. Is it a border or is it a ridge? I'm shit at speaking. So, work as well. I think this is the removing part is the most important thing I wanted to show. Okay, so we now have these. Now let's take some styrofoam. This was basically just the packaging of an airsoft gun, and I kept it to use it in a case like this. Okay, so what I will do now is to have it filled till up about here. I just stencil out the parts I need, which works pretty easy if you just put it down. Whoop, first part goes inside the bottle, inside the can. Yeah. If you ever have them in there, you can see there's styrofoam in there. What I will do next with this one is I take glue. I just use it's carpet glue. It's not that expensive. Wait, it says on the... Oh wow, this was I think $3.50. Also, it's past its expiration date by 3 years. Which doesn't matter really, because if you use it for crafting, it hasn't... it's fine. So you see, expiration dates with stuff like this are mostly bullshit. Okay, yeah, it's crappy by now. You couldn't use this for carpet anymore, but you can use it for crafting. So I apply all of the gunky, old, expired carpet glue to the inside of this. You will see why I do this in a minute. Don't worry if it's messy on the edge or something, because now, as you add it to the inside, we take our jar of dirt.
This is a jar of dirt.
Yes.
Is the jar of dirt going to help?
If you don't want it, give it back.
No.
Then it helps.
Like this. Grab some dirt and whoop. Most likely it's best if you do it above your trash can, and add the dirt. Whee! So now that you added the dirt, you can pat the dirt down a bit so it sticks into the glue. You can basically take any glue. I just like to use up old stuff like the carpet glue I had lying around. So if you look at it, like this, now it looks like it's basically a planting pot. So if you did that, take your fake plants. You could take the whole thing, but I'm cheap and I like to maximize the output. I'd like to have a lot of things from just from one of these fake plant thingies. This was €2, so it's cheap as well. As I said before, you can take way better looking fake plants or something like succulents, or is it succulents? It's Sukkulenten in Deutsch. So you can take stuff like this, stuff like this, stuff like this. I personally like these very much, but I'm not using them for this project now because I'm working on something else with it. These are cool as well. So you take a bit of the glue, just apply it here, and into the styrofoam you go. Further down, a bit more dirt. And now you have this, which in itself looks kind of cool, but as you can see, I'm going to weather it later. I will now do this one and fast forward through it. Okay, so as we have these, I take acrylic paints. And I have to shake this. You don't need a lot, because in the end you just want to have it look a little dirty. You want it to look a little dirty. So let's start with this one. You can wear gloves, but I like to have the Fingergefühl. I like to have the control over the weathering process, and I feel, at least for me, the best way to get this is just to use my hands. It's acrylic paint, so I can wash my hands afterwards anyway. And you just want it to look grimy and dirty. What you would like to avoid is to add fingerprints all over it, but that's just a thing of practice, I guess. After a while, you don't add fingerprints anymore, because you know how to work with it. The basic idea is just to have it look grimy. You can, if you like, you can have it look rusty, or you can, what I would like to do in the future, now that all the snow is gone, just to walk around outside and loot a bit of stuff. For example, look through bushes like a hobo and look for rusted cans and stuff. My roommate will hate me for it though. But in the end I will just pick up stuff that's already rusted and weathered, which works great for stuff like this, because you just have to fill it with decorations and it looks pretty post-apocalyptic already. If there's more dents in it, you can also smear it into the dents. As you can see, that's good enough for me at least. Whoops! That's good enough for me at least. You have this one. Now we'll go on to this one, which has way more dents and crevices, which is a good thing, because I can smear all of the paint into that crevice, into the crevices. I could add a bit of orange to this one, because this is actually tin, so it could rust. But as you can see, it's all just smearing something over it up to a point where you think it's dirty enough. There's far few people who don't like stuff that dirty, but as it's a white can, I think it looks way better if it's all gunky and oily and earthy and something like this. Okay, so as you can see, I think they look fine. Yep. You can basically add the fake plants to anything. Here's a cool photo by Octophoto, where I added it to one of my old shoes. I just filled the shoe with plaster and stuck the plants inside. By now I add the dirt on top of it, so it looks like it's actually dirt inside it. You could also use skulls or basically anything that you can fill, and it makes cool decoration. This was basically my quick tutorial budget builds video on how to build cheap decoration fast. If you want plants like this. I may do other videos on decorations. In the end, yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. Have a good day.